Hello, people of the internet. Well, here you have it. If you saw the thumbnail, then you know what you got there. It's a 3D printed chassis scale monster truck in the 18th scale, although it's a little small to me. I've been doing this a long time, and I would like to call it SMT 18, but really the 18th scale perfect end all. In case you didn't notice, this is Zombie LMT Mini. It is really the scale monster truck that we were all looking for, so I would refer to this as an SMT 18 any day of the week. It is a great, a little expensive, but worth every penny as far as trying to get a small monster truck to play in your living room. It is almost too powerful. Definitely always turn down the speed, lower the seize capabilities whenever I hand it off to someone else, unless I know what they're doing. But this is quite a bit bigger than this. And if you don't know what it is, I'm not going to tell you. You have to guess. But lots of fancy 3D printed parts. This is a carbon fiber build built on a bamboo printer by a good friend of mine that happens to have a 3D printer. If you're peeking down there at the power cell below the fuel tank, then you kind of got an idea what you got here. Maybe the tires gave this away. You know, those tires look real familiar. As if I stole them off of a Bigfoot truck. But what is that? What do you have back there? Those do not look like a TRX-4M axle. That looks like a Endura planetary axle. A straight axle Endura planetary axle on the back and on the front with an Endura, no, not an Endura, the CCXRC, Tony's Mighty Eagle, sitting on the Endura mount, but allowing it to fully suspension, although this does have nothing in the way there, and I'm thinking it's possible to use the stock axles on this chassis, because the servo should have no problem clearancing up into there. And actually have another scale monster truck chassis that I'm going to try that out with, and maybe hand it off to my friend, since he was so kind as to print this for me. If you look down into the little abyss next to the engine, you will see where it is plugged in. And I did put overdrive in the axles because these planetary axles from Endura actually take the overdrive stock gears. So I grabbed some Endura versions of that. But there you have it. A scale monster truck TRX-4M. And I know what you're thinking. It's not that fast, is it, Jeff? Oh no, it's pretty peppy. I'll race ya. But it's basically a TRX-4M, not an MT. The frame is taken out. The battery is just tucked underneath there, so you don't need to strap it in or anything. A couple of screws to take it apart to get the top off to get the battery out so you can charge it. But it is pretty cool compared to, let's see, what we were using it for. This, if you've tuned into my channel, is not the MTV guy driving a monster truck. That is supposed to be a Tom Meents driving the Max D truck with a model body, which includes this that snaps on, although I'm not going to snap it on at the moment. But this is just a SCX-24 converted into a monster truck, and has the model body strapped to it, or should I say the chassis is strapped to the chassis of the model body. But if you'll notice, the shocks are kind of Bluetoothing in there because I'm using real shocks. But this is what I was able to make with an SMT-24 to give it that scale monster truck look. So I referred to this one as the SMT-24 because of how I made it look just like Tom Mentz's XD. But that is by the wayside. And now we have this, which this is from my LMT Mini. It has the cage already in it, so it doesn't quite clear it with the cage. It's hitting the cage, but it should slide down over that without issue. Or the SCX-24s had a Chevy body that with a little bit of cutting in the back to clear the roll cage might be a good option. It seems to scale fit it. It's not overly big or anything like that. The J Concepts also, if they were cut out there, you could do a Bigfoot. It's a little bit skinnier than the SCX-24, but also clears the sides, and that could be a thing, you know. Or you could just run it like this. You know, you spent all that time, got a cool driver in there, got nice headers printed in a different filament, and engine sticking up out of there, and all that good stuff. Maybe you want to do that. But I'm leaning towards getting another Ford F-150 body. To cut it out and possibly do something like that. It's not terrible, it's a little long. This is the Chevy, obviously same size, but I'm leaning towards that, but I may go something slightly different because you know how I like Bigfoot Blue, and this seems to be the good scale for this size chassis. So, doesn't need one. You know, it uses stock shocks and whatnot. I would like to upgrade the shocks, but I'm trying not to spend money, still saving money for my X-Max batteries, which is coming soon, before it snows. But there you have it. The TRX-4M monster truck. Scale chassis, 3D printed. So if you like what you see, click the like and subscribe button, and stay tuned for some running footage. See if this thing goes. Because tucked up inside there, I don't know if you can really see it, but there is a Endura 370 motor and transmission, giving it about as much speed as it possibly can. So stay tuned for running footage. Otherwise, keep on monster trucking and have a nice day.